Hello, and welcome to Tip of the Week by CAD Tech Seminars. You can check us out on the web at thebimguys.com. This week we're going to cover dealing with things lost in space. As you can see right here, I'm looking at a plan, and as I hover over, you can see these things blinking. These are detail groups that aren't showing up in the view. Now, if you do have items that disappear, the first thing you want to do is verify that first of all, the category is turned on. A few things you can do is hit the light bulb. And you can see I'm not seeing certain things in there that maybe I want. So maybe I want to see some other items. So what I'm going to do is I turn that off. Okay, so they're there as you can see. So I click on it. I can then click on the item and then find out what group it's on and then unhide the element, right? That's one way, and it'll show up in theory if it should show up. Now if I go back to the light bulb, you can see the element is showing up again. One of the other problems you may run into is notice there are some other groups here you'll see that aren't even showing up in this view, and I know they're there because I can see the little blue boxes popping up. So what's another way to go find things? Well, another way is to go to Wireframe. If I come down here and I click on this and I hit Wireframe, things that may be underneath the floor, like the concrete floor, may be showing up. Now, sometimes you'll create a detail item or something, and it may be on kind of set, for lack of a better word, set wrong. So what will happen is it disappears behind certain elements. Now, you'll notice that the bikes show up now. You'll see these bike racks, and if I click on it, that's a detail item. But you come over here, and you notice I don't have a lot of settings. The reason being is because these are groups. Now, if you want to manipulate how these things react, you're going to have to get into the group. So I'm going to grab the group. I'm going to go up top, hit Edit Group. Now I'm going to grab a single bike, or whatever this family is. And you'll notice here this is an import symbol from AutoCAD. Now, AutoCAD files, or DWGs, are notorious for this. If it's not in a family, a detail family, what happens is many times it's obscured by the other solids in the view. So if you have, let's say, a detail that you're going to bring in, and you just bring it straight into Revit, what's going to happen is going to be obscured by objects in front of it, like the floor slab, etc. So is there anything you can do about it? Well, sometimes you can. Okay, you'll notice over here it says background. Okay, now this is in the newer versions. If you come over here and you switch this to foreground, and then I pop off of it, and then I hit finish, notice what's happening. You're like, well, nothing's changed yet. Watch when I change this back to hidden line. Notice how the bikes are now sitting in the foreground and not in the background anymore. So that is a couple of ways to deal with visibility issues. Now if you want the bikes to work all the time, now if I was to go to Edit Group and I was to grab this DWG file here and I was to, let's say, cut and paste it. So I'm going to use the little cut. Actually just go to cut the clipboard, Control C. Okay, and then I'm going to finish that. Now what I'm going to do is hit File, New. Whoop, cancel. Sorry about that. File, New, hover, Family. What do I want? I want a detail family. So we come in here and you'll see Detail Item. Fire that up. Here comes my detail item. I'm going to paste those bicycles. I paste them in here. Now they're in a family, okay? Now what that's going to do, it's going to change the dynamics of how Revit works. So let's go up top and File, Save As a Family. And this looks like 4 bikes, right? So we'll just call it 4 bikes. Okay, so much for creative file naming, but you get the idea. Load into the project and close. Now, I have the 4 bikes. I'll just set them on the floor, clink. Now I hit escape a couple times. Notice the bikes are sitting on top. So if I was to take the original DWG and drop it in, they would disappear. So a quick fix for this problem is, what you want to do, now see if I grab these guys here and I move them. See how they show up out in the yard? It's almost like they're under the slab. This is a pure Edit Group. This is a pure CAD file brought into Revit. What happens is you have visibility issues. So to alleviate that problem, what you're going to do is, when we finish out of that, is you're going to create a brand new family, a detail item, drop the CAD file on that, then bring it in, and it reacts more like a Revit file because, well, it is a Revit family. The other feature is if you want to add quantities, takeoff, mark, different information, you can then quantify all these also. So really, I recommend taking a minute, build your detail family, and it's going to help you in the future as you move forward. So there you go. Tip of the week. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.